Hello, yogis. For today's practice, you're going to want 2 blocks and a strap. So we're going to start lying on our backs and have your strap with you. So this is going to be a hamstring hip day. So we're going to be opening up the hamstrings, outer hips, as well as strengthening both. So it's kind of class 2 of my 4-week series to Tittibasana. So if you took last week's class, we worked on the core and the hip flexor strength. We're going to kind of incorporate more hip flexor strength today, but also add in more of the legs. So it's kind of like leg day for Tittibasana. So we're not going to do the pose, but we're going to keep building and strengthening different parts of the body. And then week 4, I believe, we will be ready. So if not, we're going to get stronger along the way and have fun along the way. So lie on your backs. Have your knees bent to start. And maybe have your feet wide, knees knocked in. Close your eyes and just begin to breathe. Start to settle in and arrive. So physically arrive, mentally arrive, be present for the next 45 minutes. I adjust my camera here. We just need this room to be like 5 feet bigger. Okay, so take some deep inhales and exhales in and out of your nose. Kind of prepare. We'll be flowing. It will be a full body float also, moving with breath. So go ahead and grab your strap, float your eyes open. We're going to start to open up the hamstrings. We're going to do Supta Padangusthasana. So you can keep your left knee bent, kick your right leg straight, and then use a strap or a belt or whatever you have to make a loop with, or you can just use the strap long and put it over the ball of your right foot. And then use your right arm to hold it. Have your shoulders and head relaxed on the floor. And then flex your right foot. So pull your toes towards your shin and feel into that hamstring opening. So you want your right, like lower back, right back of your hip to be pressing down onto the floor as you pull your foot closer to your face. If I had 20 or 30 minutes to have us on the floor opening up legs, I would. But we only have not that many. So breathe in to the hamstring opening. Option to straighten the left leg. And then we're going to move into Supta Padangusthasana 2. So begin to open the right leg out to the right. So you want your left hip to stay on the ground. So don't only go far enough so that your left hip stays planted. And then continue to pull your toes towards your shin and pull your feet closer to your head. So you should be kind of feeling that in the hip flexors as well. A couple of breaths here. On your next inhale, bring your right foot back up. Go ahead and remove the strap and switch your legs. So strap goes around the ball mount of the left foot. Right knee can be bent to start, or if you want to go ahead and straighten it, totally up to you. Remember to relax your shoulders on the mat and then pull your left foot towards your face. Toes pull towards the shin. And some of you may not need the strap if your hamstrings are pretty open. I probably don't today. Couple more breaths here. Make sure the back of your left hip is planted down, pressing hard against the mat. And then slowly begin to open your left foot out to the left. Only as far as you can go, keeping your right hip planted. And your right leg can be bent or straight. If you really can't go far, you can always have your right knee bent and let your right knee fall out to the right. It's kind of a counterbalance. I like to do it that way sometimes. For today, the point is mainly just the opening right now. And then inhale your left leg back up, both feet plant. So for this one, I want you to keep your knees bent and then go back to your right leg. Remove your strap. So set your strap to the side. We're not going to use our arms at all. So I'd like you to just cactus your arms out to the side. And you can point your foot here or have it flexed. I want you to try to pull your right leg as close as you can. I shouldn't say pull because you're using your hip flexor strength to move your leg closer to your face. So try to press your low back down and move your foot closer to you, trying to keep your leg straight. So firm up your leg, like squeeze your thigh and pull it closer. Nice. And then open it up to the right. And again, you may not go as far this time. You can drop your left knee to the left to counterbalance. And then see if you can pull your foot closer to your head as it's out to the side. I have a wall, so it's kind of preventing me from going too far. But right here is really what we're working on for this pose. So this is hard. It's really hard to keep your legs straight and get your foot way close to your head. Slowly bring your right foot up and then switch. So left leg goes up. Squeeze your thigh firm and pull your knee and foot closer to you using your hip flexors. And then slowly go out to the left. Allow your right knee to drop to the side so you can go a little farther and keep your pelvis on the floor. And then try to get your left foot closer towards like your left ear. Firm up your leg, squeeze it firm as you pull the foot closer. You can kind of feel that fire in your outer left hip. And then slowly come back up and lower. Nice. Go ahead and hug your knees in and rock side to side and then up and down. We're going to meet on our hands and our knees. Lead your hands firm, spread your fingers, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and then just do a few cat cows here on your own. Inhale, arch your back, look up. And then as you exhale, press the mat away, puff up your back, pull your belly to spine. Inhale. Exhale. So really work on that puffing of your upper back. That will be part of the pose. So you're really pulling the core in. So we will be doing some of that today as well. After your next inhale breath, come to a neutral spine. Step your hands out a little bit farther, tuck your toes, and then downward facing dog. So go ahead and warm up your dog. This is also opening up our hamstrings. So pedal at your feet, drop your right heel, straighten your left leg, and then do the opposite. All the while pressing the mat away, having your arms super strong and straight. And make sure you're really bending at your waist so you're looking towards your thighs or your feet. And then come to a static dog where you're just holding it. Squeeze your thighs firm. Lift your hips up towards the corner of the ceiling. So really press your arms away to send your hips up and back. Look forward between your hands and just shift forward into a plank pose. Press the mat away. You should feel your shoulder blades separate slightly on your back. Firm core, firm thighs. And then press back to dog. One more time, inhale forward to plank. So make sure your head and neck are in line with your spine, so maybe gaze towards the top of your mat. And from here, firm everything up, and then step your hands out a little farther. So this is harder. If your fingertips may be over the top of your mat, try to keep your belly firm, arms firm, legs firm. Hold and breathe. Keep your left hand where it is. Step your right hand back to where it was. Come to the outer blade of your right foot. You can come to the bottom of your left foot for side plank, modified, or you can stack your legs. And then plant your left hand, in your regular plank pose. Step your left foot forward, or your left hand forward and then your right hand forward. So you're in that longer plank again. And then left hand comes back to where it was, outer edge of left foot, side plank, side two. Decide if you want to modify by keeping your right foot down or stack your feet. Nice. Right hand plants, back to downward dog. Okay, so for today, we're gonna add some what I call crouching dogs. So let me just kind of show you what that is. Step your feet a little bit closer together and a little bit forward. And you're gonna crouch down, so take your sit bones towards your heels, and then you're gonna look forward as if you're gonna hop. Keeping your arms straight. So let's do a few of those just straight up to plank. So crouching dog to plank. And then come back to crouching dog. We're gonna step our right foot to the outside of our right hand and then kind of lift up your chest. So you're opening up your hip on your right side, you're opening up your left hip flexor. And then step back to crouching dog. And then take your left foot to the outside of your left hand. So wide stance, and then open up your chest. Back to crouching. And then right foot steps forward again on the outside of the hand. And then from here, step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. Lower your booty down into Malasana. So hands in prayer. Lift your chest. Your heels may not be down. Depends on lots of things. But most people can't get their heels down, I don't think. Okay, so from here, you're opening up your hips. I also want you to squeeze your legs towards your arms pretty firmly. So you can feel that in your adductors. Breathe here. We're gonna be here a lot. If you absolutely can't get low, you can use a block and sit on the block, and you can still do all the work. You can still pull your knees towards your outer arms. All right, so slowly begin to straighten, hands down, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, look up. We're gonna do some Series A's today, hands to prayer, arms down. We're gonna just do Series A's for our sun salutations, but we're gonna be adding that crouching lunge movement at the beginning. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale is your half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale here. As you exhale, go ahead and lower down to cobra. So all the way down this first time. Tops of your feet press. Inhale, head, chin, chest. And then exhale, back up to plank and downward dog. So feet come up a little bit. Feet are closer together. This time we're going to start with our left. So crouching, look forward, left foot steps, back to crouching, right foot steps, back to crouching, left, right, Malasana. So then you drop your booty down. Your feet should be like at 45-degree angles, maybe a little less. And mine are always off of my mat just slightly. So they're like half on, half off. Again, breathe here. Press your hands together. Lift your chest and then push your knees into your arms. Hands down, begin to straighten your legs, heel toe your feet together, half lift, Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Plant your hands, step or hop, plank. And then move through your dog cycle of choice. So Chaturanga Dandasana to upward facing dog or cobra. We meet in down dog. Breathe here. We're going to start with the right side again. So step your feet up and together. Crouching. Step your right foot forward. Crouching. Left. Crouching. Right. Left. Malasana. Squeeze your thighs. Hands down, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Look up. Let's go again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, go through your dog cycle of choice. Meet me in down dog. Let's do one more. Step your feet up and together. Look forward. Crouching. Start with the left. Crouching. Right. Crouching. Left. Right. So as we keep going, Malasana, we can go a little faster there. We won't do it too many more times. Squeeze your thighs, breathe. When I say squeeze your thighs, I mean like push your legs in towards your arms. And then straighten, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, I'm just gonna cue breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. So for this first flow, we are gonna start with the crouching move again. So we'll just have one on each side. And then we'll be done with it, I promise. You probably either love it or don't like it. Okay. So inhale, look forward, crouching. Step your right foot forward. Crouching, left. Crouching, right, left. Sit your booty down. We've been here several times. See if you can maybe sway right to left this time. And then hands down, step your left foot way back. And then lower your left knee. We're gonna take lizard. So if you need blocks, so lizard with your back knee down, you want your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And this is a lizard where I want you to be really active in your right leg. So hug your right leg in to your right arm or right shoulder, wherever it is. And come low and just breathe. So it's a lot on the outer hip. Keep hugging the knee in. You can sway a little bit if you really want to open up the left hip flexor. And then begin to come up. If you have to have your blocks, you can use them, but I'm going to recommend to just use your fingertips. We're going to start to straighten our right leg. So Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits, but I want your hands to be on the inside of your right leg. And then point your right toes up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Open up that hamstring again. So really press the right heel down. Breathe here. And then start to crawl forward again, hugging that right knee in. Open up your chest. And then crawl back one more time. This time I want you to hug your knee in towards your arm the whole time you're going back. So try to come down low. Maybe your forearms get close to the mat. Maybe you can straighten your right leg all the way. Maybe not. But hug your right leg into your arm. It's kind of awkward. Breathe here. Keep hugging the knee in as you crawl back up. Inhale, lengthen. Lift your back knee, all 10 toes to the right, standing forward fold. So walk your hands back so they're in line with your heels. Pull your belly to your spine. And then shift the weight to the outer edges of your feet, more towards the pads. Firm up your thighs, squeeze your legs super firm, and pretend you could like squeeze the mat together. And then I want your fingers to point towards the back of the mat, away from you. And maybe you can walk your hands back, straighten your arms. Gaze up towards your belly. Continue to squeeze your legs super firm, trying to scrunch the mat in between your feet as you reach your fingertips as far away as you can. Breathe here. Begin to undo. Walk your hands forward, half lift. And then right toes 45-degree angle. We're going to do Skandasana, back of mat. So bend your left knee, right toes point straight up. Your left heel can be lifted or down. Kind of try to keep your chest lifted. Try to stay up so it's an active Skandasana. Breathe. And then open your arms up like airplanes. Look forward. Move into Warrior Two. Relax your shoulders. Gaze past your right fingertips and press your right knee back towards your pinky toe. Nice. Windmill your arms down to frame your front foot. Come to the outer blade of your left foot. Stack your right on your left, side plank. Option to lift your right leg up, turning the outer hip on. And then plant your right hand down, plank pose, down dog. So we're going to move through this somewhat slowly the first time, and then we're going to go again, faster pace. Okay, so we're going to do crouching again. So put your feet up and together. Look forward. We'll start with the left. So bend your knees, crouching, look forward, step left, crouching, step right, crouching, left, right, Malasana. Hold this, squeeze your legs in. I'm probably going to sound like a broken record this whole class. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's a pretty active flow. And then plant your hands, step your right foot way back. And then lower your right knee. We'll do lizard on this side. So again, hugging your left knee in towards your arms. You can maybe come down to your forearms on the mat or blocks, or maybe you stay up on your hands. Wherever you are is fine. Just squeeze your left leg in and breathe. You should feel some opening in your right hip flexors as well as active work in your left hip. All right, go ahead and remove the blocks unless you have to have them to go back to Ardha Hanumanasana. So hands inside of the left foot. Start to walk your hands back. Press the left heel down, toes point up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come low. Try to keep length in your spine. And just come low enough so you're opening up your left hamstring. Press the heel down into the mat. Breathe here. And then crawl forward. Open your chest. Hug that left knee in towards you're either going to have it like on your left arm or shoulder. Keep it pushing in. So keep that resistance with the arm and the inner leg as you crawl back. Maybe you can stay really low. My forearms are like a couple inches above the mat. Hug it in. Maybe you can straighten your leg, maybe not. And then slowly crawl forward. Open your chest. Breathe. And then lift your back leg. All 10 toes point to the other side of the mat. Forward fold. Start with your palms in line with your heels. Shift the weight to the pads of your feet and the outer edges, and then firm your legs. So squeeze your thighs. Pretend you can crinkle the mat between your feet. Keep that activation. Take your fingers away from you. Begin to walk your arms back. So you're crawling like your head under your legs. Maybe gaze towards your belly. See if you can curl your belly towards your spine. Keep the legs working. Feel like you could just do a somersault if you went any forward anymore. And then slowly undo. Hands forward, inhale, half lift. Exhale, point your right toes 45 degrees. Come into Skandasana. Keep it active, so lift your chest. If you come super low, it's kind of like a passive stretch. If you kind of sit up more, and everyone's a little different, but it's a lot more active here. And then open your arms like airplane wings. Warrior two. Oops, I think I went the wrong way. You guys probably got it. Skandasana, back of mat, and then warrior two. It's because I practiced this facing that way, and then I remember that I want to face the other way. Anyways, not the point. All right, warrior two. Windmill your arms down to frame your front foot. Come to the outer edge of your right foot. Side plank. Side two. Option to hover your top leg. Option to reach your arm forward. And then plank pose, down dog. So the good news is we're done with the crouching stuff, but we're not done with Malasana quite yet. This time, inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your right knee to the outside of your right arm, as high as you can. So press the mat away, puff up your back, pull your knee closer to your shoulder, hug it in, and then can you keep it there and just step your right foot? Is it high enough? And then step your left foot, Malasana. Push your legs towards your arms. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, step your left foot back. Lower your left knee. Inhale here, open your chest. Keep your right knee hugging in, begin to curl back into Ardha Hanumanasana variation. So you're hugging your right leg in towards your arm. Once your fingertips get behind your heel, can you put a mitten behind your heel? So can you put your hand behind your right foot? And then can you tuck your shoulder close to be under your knee? I definitely can't, but a lot of people can. Get it as close as you can. So you're trying to put your shoulder under your knee, and then maybe you can get your leg sort of straight as you keep pressing the arm and the leg together. So lots of work. Also feels really awkward. Breathe here. And then begin to crawl your hands forward, open up your chest. Moving to your forward fold towards the left or towards the right side of the mat. Fingers away from you. Let's go straight into that where we walk our hands away. Firm up the legs, try to scrunch the mat. Maybe gaze towards your belly. Undo, begin to crawl your hands forward. Inhale. Exhale, Skandasana, back of mat. Airplane arms, warrior two. Okay, so notice your front leg. Knee is over ankle, hopefully. Knee is going towards your pinky toe. Go ahead and look straight ahead, and then go ahead and look at your left leg. We're gonna go into goddess. So pull your left heel in, so your legs are like the same. You might have to heel toe them closer together, and then hands to prayer. Sit low, and try to push both knees back towards your pinky toes. Sit lower. Can you get your knees to go back even more? Can you sway side to side? It's a burner for sure. And then look at your front foot. You're going to step your right foot to meet, or your left foot to meet your right. So you're going to be in chair pose, top of mat. So it may or may not be in one step. So chair pose, feet together. Squeeze your legs together, arms up, biceps by the ears. Sit your booty low. So here's where our thighs are burning, hip flexors are turned on. One more breath here. And then straighten, forward fold. Heel toe hip width distance with your feet. We're going to do yogi toe lock around your big toe. You can have a slight bend to your knees. Elbows point out. Slow your breath down. Shift the weight more towards your toes. And straighten your legs as much as you can. They don't have to be straight. Just more hip flexor opening. And try to get that feeling of like pulling your belly to your spine and diving your head a little bit towards your legs. So the weight needs to shift towards your toe pads. Nice. Undo that. Plant your hands. Step back to plank and down dog. So option, I guess I should have offered you dog cycle before, but anytime that you feel like doing dog cycles between sides or flows, go for it. Okay. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, maybe your shoulder. You have to really dome that upper back and press the mat away. Point your left toes. Can you keep your knee where it is and just step your left foot forward? Right foot steps, Malasana. Breathe here. Hands down, step your right foot back. Lower your right knee. Inhale, lengthen, open your chest. And as you exhale, hug your left knee in. Begin to straighten your leg, walk your hands back. And then can you get your left hand behind your left foot and then maybe your left shoulder somewhat under your left knee as you keep pressing your knee and your arm together, and then continue to try to straighten any amount, pulling your hips back. Definitely the most like not beautiful yoga pose you'll ever see. Okay, slowly crawl forward, keep that hug action. Lengthen, open your chest. Pick up your back knee, all 10 toes to the other side of the mat. Forward fold, point your fingers away from you and walk your hands as far away as you can. Squeeze your legs, shift the weight to the pads of your feet, outer edges of your feet. Gaze towards your belly and squeeze those thighs. Try to crinkle the mat between your feet. Undo, crawl your hands forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Skandasana, back of mat this time. And then airplane arms, warrior two. Look at your right foot. Bring your right heel in. You end up in your goddess. So this time, you can take your hands to your inner thighs and kind of use that to push your knees back ever so slightly as you sit low. As you push them back, try to push your thighs into your hands so you're creating that resistance. Whew. Burner, maybe sway right and left. Hands back to prayer. Can you sit any lower? Look forward, step your right foot to meet your left. Chair pose. Sit your booty back. You want to look down and see your toes in front of your knees. Arms up. Slowly begin to straighten your legs. This time we're going to do your palms under your feet. So open your feet hip width distance. So the backs of your hands are on the mat. Palms are on your feet so your toes can kind of massage your wrists. Again, elbows can point out, knees can be bent or straight. Dive your head towards your knees. Shift the weight towards the pads of your toes. And breathe here. We can use this to maybe slow our breath down and get some additional hamstring opening. Okay, begin to undo that. Heel toe your feet together or closer together. And then I want you to just slowly roll up to a stand. We're just going to do a quick tree pose, kind of get our balance a little bit before the next flow. So top of mat, hands to hips. Inhale your right leg up. Firm up that standing leg and hug the hip in for balance. And then move your right knee out to the right. Pull your foot into your thigh. You can use your hand. So tree pose, find your drishti or point that's not moving. Squeeze the standing leg firm, and then maybe you can do arms up. Nice. Begin to undo. So going to reverse that. So pull your foot away. Have your foot under your ankle, right knee out to the right, and then bring it forward again. Lower your right leg. So switching sides. Shift the weight to your right foot. Hands to hips. Inhale your left leg up. And then swing your left knee out to the left. So you should still feel this in the outer hip. And then bring your foot to your inner thigh. Set up for tree. Squeezing that standing leg super firm and hugging the right hip in. Stability is going to help you balance. Maybe arms up. Okay, go ahead and undo that. So take your foot off of your thigh, knees out, knee forward, lower. Okay, option to flow down or just meet in down dog for our third and final flow. No more malasana, well, at least in this flow. Well, okay, we're going to be there a little bit at the end. I lied. Okay, we're going to start similarly. So right leg lifts up and back. Bring your right knee towards your right upper arm or shoulder. Press the mat away, dome your back. Can you try to straighten your right leg? It's really hard. And then bend it back. And then step to the outside of your right hand. So we're going to do lizard with your left leg lifted. So firm up your leg. Maybe you can come down to your forearms, or maybe you need a block. Keep hugging the right knee in. Just be here for a moment. Wherever you are, come back up to your hands. Spin your left fingertips out. Reach your right fingertips up. Twist a little bit to the right. That just kind of feels good at this point in the flow. And then both hands down. We're going to move into Skandasana, back of mat. So straighten your right leg, right toes pull up. Skandasana. And then airplane arms, warrior two. From here, left hand to hip, look forward. We're going to go into Ardha Chandrasana. So grab that block, tall side, kind of far away past your pinky. Slowly bring your left foot up and slowly move in to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Spin your left shoulder back. I want you to really lift your left leg as high as you can in this version. Nice. Look towards your right foot. Step your left foot to meet your right. Chair pose. Okay, from chair, come to stand. I'm going to have to move a little bit to the left so I have space. Okay, so options here. Inhale your right leg up. If you cannot hold your yogi toe lock and straighten your leg, I want you to hold just your knee. So choose where you are. If you can do yogi toe lock, left hand to hip, straighten your right knee out in front of you. Or I'm sorry, your right leg. I want your spine to be nice and straight. So if you can't keep a straight spine with your right leg extended, you'll want to hold the knee. Or you can always use your strap. Okay, one more breath here. We're going to lift our left hand up. We've been here before. If you did my class last week, foot stays lifted, right arm up. Use your hip flexors to keep your right leg up as high as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Nice. And I'm going to face you guys, but you can stay where you are. Okay, we're going to do that similar action. Right leg up, pull it out to an angle. You can hold your knee if you can't get your leg straight. I can't balance. Yogi toe lock around your big toe. Kick your right leg out at an angle. So it's kind of like Supta Padangusthasana B or 2 on our backs. And then left arm up, right arm up. Maybe point your right toes. Can you keep your leg lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower all the way down. Woo! Okay. And then let's flow down or just meet in down dog before we go into side 2. All right. Breathe here in down dog. Go ahead and inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee towards upper arm, outer upper arm. Dome your back, point your left toes. Get your knee as high as you can on your arm, and then try to straighten your left leg. And then step it to the outside of your left hand. Okay, that's so hard. Lizard with your back leg lifted. So choose if you need a block. We'll just be here for a few breaths. Hug your left leg in. And then if you're on your forearms, come up to your hands. Spin your right fingertips out to the right. Left hand reaches up. Easy twist. Both hands down. Skandasana, back of mat. So flip your feet. Come down. Skandasana. Airplane arms to warrior 2. Move your block where you need it for half moon pose. First, relax your shoulders in warrior 2. And then right hand to hip. Slowly bring your right foot forward. Left hand to block. Lift your right leg up, maybe your right arm up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose, with your right leg going as high as you can get it. When you've had enough here, chair pose. Come to stand. I'm going to turn and face you again. Okay. Shift the weight into your right leg. Inhale your left leg up. The same options as last time. If you can't straighten your leg with a straight spine, just hold your knee. Yogi toe lock, left fingertips around left big toe, right hand to hip, and then straighten your left leg if you can. Breathe here. Right arm up. Left arm up. Keep your left leg up. Can you get it to go higher? I can't, but I'm trying. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Moving through molasses all the way down. Okay, hands to hips. Breathe. I'm so winded today. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with our leg out to the side at an angle. So inhale your left leg up. Yogic toe lock. Or knee, wherever you are. Find your drishti. Begin to open up your left leg at an angle. And then right arm up. Left arm up. Point your left toes. Can you hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower it down. Nice. Arms down. So one more thing we're going to just try before Shavasana. So grab 2 blocks. I think I'll face the front of the mat. I think that will be best for viewing. And I'll just show you guys what we're doing first. So we are not going to attempt the pose. I need a drink. We're not attempting the pose. We're just going to do a little bit of practice. So you want two blocks stacked behind you, and then you're just going to come into Malasana. So we've been here a million times today. Then you're going to begin to raise your hips and put your mitten hands behind your heels like we did in that lizard pose. Then you're going to see if you can get your shoulders anywhere close to under your knees. Pulling your belly in, gazing towards your belly. And then I want you to move the blocks so that they're right under your booty. And you must sit on them. So you're sitting on the blocks. Maybe you need to move your feet forward. You're going to adjust, and then you're going to gaze forward, stay low, dome your upper back, and just try to straighten one leg at a time. You're going to hold your arm and your leg into one another. So you may have started this already. If not, I'll kind of walk you through it again. So have your two blocks behind you somewhere. You'll probably have to move them. And then come into your Malasana. And you're going to raise your hips up and put your hands behind your heels, tucking your shoulders somewhat under your knees. And then you can kind of sit back so you're kind of putting weight on your upper arms. So your booty's going down, but you want it to land on the blocks. So adjust them if you need to. And then you'll know if you need to move your feet forward in order to straighten your legs. My shoulders are just too big to go under my knees, I think. Look forward, but keep that dome of the upper back, pulling your belly to spine. Keep your right leg pushing against your right arm, and maybe you can straighten your right leg. And then lower it. Maybe you can straighten your left leg. Maybe you can straighten both, or just get them somewhat straight. Just lift them. Just play around with that. We're kind of getting there with the pose. That's what it's going to feel like. When you're done, put your blocks away and just come to lie on your backs. You may want to take a supported bridge in your Shavasana. You do you. We don't have a lot of time to cool down, so any pose that your body is craving, any shape, any kind of stretch, go ahead and do that. And then I invite you to take Shavasana for an extended period of time. Today's class was super active and challenging, so let your body relax. Surrender yourself to the floor and just let it all go. Definitely recommend staying in Shavasana as long as you can today. I hope you enjoyed class. I think we're all getting closer and building strength as we go along with this series. Thanks for practicing with me today. I'll see you next time.